So we last left off at, I believe it's level 5, called Merry-Go-Round. And I thought, I could have sworn we did the first trophy, but apparently not yet. Alright, that's right. We haven't done 10 per week. I think we only did a few per week. Like 3 or 4 or something like that. Alright. Your cleaner bots are going to be amazing. I remember how dedicated my family were to customer satisfaction. It's very important but increasingly difficult to achieve nowadays. With each new advancement in technology, consumer needs keep on increasing. You're following the right breadcrumb trail if you ask me. Cleaner bots with a bigger capacity will go down a treat. Let's hope so. Try to sell at least 10 cleaner bots per week with any compartment module installed. I see we're at 5, in fact, per week instead of 10. That's quite a lot. I'll keep my fingers crossed for high sales. Okay, so... Nope, that's right. Unlock the screen, and then we can wiggle about. So I have decided, Otera, to cover up the little robot. It's kind of a bother. I think you were right. And it's a little bit of a nuisance right now. There isn't enough time for me to find a problem before the little guy comes up and kind of tells us what's to. Alright, so from what I can recall from last week, we are... the frames, I think, are the big problems. Logic circuits, I think, are good. What are those simples? I think those are simples. We still need simples, though, right? Let's see. So, yeah, that's right. Happy Cup, MK2. We do need, in fact, simple circuits. Okay. And this guy is also doing the MK2. Happy Cup. The original cleaner. Yeah, we have discontinued the Happy Cup original cleaner. We are no longer creating the original cleaner, but we are, it's in some respect the original cleaner. I mean, we are the original Novice company that developed it. So I remember this was the last bit that we included over here. We tried to optimize. Oh, your company's running low on funds. It's okay. We're netting positive. We'll see. Yeah, these are going smooth. Okay, yeah, the last little bit that we were messing with before we dropped off on Thursday, right? If I remember my weekdays correctly. Yeah, we were trying to optimize the little frame stuff over here. So we are doing the... Let's see. I think the math turned out to be 1 simple case, 2 metal cases, and 1 windowed case. I don't quite remember why it was 1, 2, and 1, because this guy can't even put his thing back. Oh, there he goes. Was it... why? Were we doing 2 because of the original? Was it the original guy? Show design. Oh, that's right, you can't see the cases. Ugh. I do wish we could see the cases that it was originally in, or once you've created the blueprints, I really wish you could see the case. Maybe you can, and I just don't see it. I don't know. Oh well. So, yeah, I don't remember why we did 2. So I don't think, yeah, it's just 1 metal case. So if we were to turn off one of these metal cases, you can see it in the assembly table. Oh, yeah, you're right. But I would have to select the original, and then I'll have to... I guess I'll just reconnect stuff. No, it's a windowed case. Alright, let me connect this back up. Oh, let me change it back, then reconnect it. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, so logic circuit, boom. Simple circuit, and storage compartment. Oh yeah. And plop that right in there. Alright. I don't think we're having storage problems for selling yet here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where I came up with that math, but that's something I did. Because, I mean, this wouldn't even work because the metal cases require the simple case. Oh, you know what? I think it was the manufacturing time? Let's see. We're using basic workbench. Windowed case... No, they're all the same. Simple case, 0.27 days. Eh. Alright. I'm tempted... Oh, man. I forgot that the little robot dude makes that incredibly terrifying noise. It frightens me every time. Robro. That's right. That's what his name is. Alright, I think I'm going to turn off one of these tables. And just kind of... I'll keep this one on. This one's always fully stocked, so... Alright. How do I do that again? Alright, so I hit that, and then I can hit the person, and then I can turn off the table. Yeah. And now... I don't know. I don't want to fire anybody. I want to go back to our motto that we never fire anybody, except for that one time. Yeah, I guess you can't disable it, but you can take somebody off. There's an indirect way now to get to people. I do wish that it was kind of both ways. I don't mind, you know? Like, this list of employees, it's kind of cumbersome. It's just that, I mean, especially when I can't even imagine if you have 100 people. I saw somewhere, like, on Steam, like, some comments or something talking about, like, when I hit my 100th employee, I'm like, oh, man, that's just crazy. This tiny little menu for 100 people. It's nice to have, like, this little state thing, but the fact that they resort, there's no way to sort... Oh, I guess you can sort it that way. Oh, that's why? But their names don't change. I don't know. Oh no, we're running out of money again. Oh no. Okay. They need... Okay, we are overproducing our simple circuits. Okay. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let's grab all of these. Alright, we are overproducing them. How can we produce them less? It's interesting that we're overproducing them considering they have the exact same time. It should be equal production. You know what? It's probably from deliveries. People moving stuff back and forth. So this one has... Alright, Weedman. We're gonna put you on the middle thing. The logistics server thing. Logistics network. You're in free play and you have 300 people. Oh my gosh. Oterum, that's insane. 300 people? I can't even imagine. Oh, we're bankrupt. And you're not bankrupt. You have 300 people and you're not bankrupt. I want to watch you play. We'll get there. We'll get there. Alright. So... Alright, we're at a standstill here. Because we need logic circuits and we can't put the windowed cases. So now we're overproducing window cases and not enough of the circuity thingies. Okay, amateur hour here. I guess they don't actually need the containers either. Okay. I'm still kind of... I feel like I'm floored by bandwidth, how bandwidth works in this game. It's almost like because they're people and are kind of like these, I guess humans or AI characters that make their own decisions and things. Like I just, it's so clear to me in Factorio because you can just see it. Right? Except for the robots. And just making cleaning. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just making... Oh, wait. Your group is just making cleaners and game devices? Is that right? Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around bandwidth in this game. And I'm using the trick that you showed me in Terra with the little bandwidth slider, but I don't know. I'm still really struggling with understanding it. Like this guy, like why this shouldn't be in there. Hold on, hold the phone. This should not be in there. Yeah, you are just connected to that one. Okay. Time to debug. Get that out of there. Oh, I found the flaw. Okay, so all right, so you should only be connected to this, and then you, no, it's still only one. It's still only one simple circuit. So this guy should effectively not have any work, because this thing is just full. It's completely full. Wow, just cleaners and game devices. That's cool. 300 employees for that. So the market doesn't change too much, or are you just moving with the market? Oh my god, we're gonna go out of business. We are $10,000 in the hole right now. And it's the campaign. So this guy is still moving. Do we need more people over here? We have 3 dudes. There's no way we need more. Look, they're still picking stuff up. So they still need the big circuits. I mean, they're there. I mean, I guess we do need more people. I'm just gonna hire 2 people. Let's see what happens. I mean, we're already bankrupt. Is there like a bank? Can we like get a loan from a bank? The items are clogging in the roller. Might be something to do with that. Yeah, I see that. I don't know what to do about that information though. That's what I was just saying. Like, I don't really comprehend the bandwidth of the characters between like the shelving to the conveyor belt. Like, I don't really understand. And if I were to put on my Factorio hat, I would be like, well, I just want a conveyor belt for each product, and then I don't care. That's sort of like freedom, right? To just make your design to whatever you want. Everything is at max tier, fulfilling the market demand, 25 cleaner and game devices per week. Wow. 5 stars too. Wow. Everything at the max tier. Wow, that's crazy. You must own a lot of property. How are we? Last time we were okay. We have 2 efficiently. All right, I think there's something really subtle that's happening between the efficiency of our change from last week and the our cases and the circuit stuff. There's something about the circuit thing over here that's just not efficient. But they mathematically, both the what is this called? A logic circuit and the simple circuit are producing at the same rate. Oh, that's why you don't use them? Okay. Yeah, I guess they're pretty hard. So the characters will only pick up one thing at a time. They only move one thing at a time. I believe that to be correct. Yeah. So this person just prioritized a simple circuit over the logic circuit. And so this person just grabbed the logic circuit. That person, what did you grab? Oh, you grabbed the, okay. So I don't understand, how is our rate for the simple circuit faster than the logic circuit? Doesn't make any sense to me. They're both 1 second to create, or 0.27 days. Am I wrong? Simple circuit 0.27, logic circuit 0.27. I just use people to move stuff from building to building. Yeah. can I just get rid of the can I just get rid of the conveyor belts? Maybe they'll just simplify things a little bit. Yeah, look, now I have full shelves. Huh. Alright, so I think the short term... Oh, wow, we are 15,000 in the hole. 12 days. How fast does it take to craft... Let's see. The windowed case is 0.27. Everything crafts the exact same amount of time. But looking at the conveyor belts, we are producing... Or put more people. Alright. Yeah, I guess I can stick it on this one. Where is this person delivering? Alright, let's move this thing. Let's just put it like right in the middle of the room. Just so that we're covering both. Oh, we are covering both. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna hire 2 people. I'm not even gonna read their names. We're about to go bankrupt, and I mean, I'm just maddened by this. Alright, so I put more people, because it's based on the source, right? The logistics network is based on the source that you are connecting people to. So I've increased the number of people on the logistics point that has the source. Alright, so I have to go clear out. Just walk there. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. 2 cases for 1. There's another case. 3 cases for 1 of each of those things, still. Two cases, 2 of those things, 1 case, 1 of those things. So is the rule of thumb, you know, it's almost 1-to-1 now. Is the rule of thumb like basically you want 1 person on the other end, the one that is clogging? Well, you mentioned before that it's based on the source. So I think I don't need this logistics network right here. So these guys are clogged now because of the little motor thingies. Oh my goodness. But now they don't need the cases still. Alright, this should be moving a little bit slower, or smoother. A different S word. Look, 3 cases again. Oh my gosh. You're in the final week of bankruptcy. Get out of debt or your company will be shut down. Alright, so if I fail from bankruptcy, the thing that makes sense to me is to skip... I don't know, should I continue the campaign or should I just jump right into free play? I'm looking to like, you know, legitimately fail hard. Not just like this testing situation. Nothing but cases. How are my cases so much more efficient? Where's my bottleneck? I gotta have a bottleneck. Fully stocked. More cases. My inventory is gonna be full here in a moment. Do I have anything that y'all need? I do not. I mean, there's so many people. I have 1 person per type of thing. That's in the ingredients. It's a little less stressful? I might want to restart. I mean, I'm gonna wait until the game says I can't. I have 0 days. It's about to tell me no. Oh man. There it goes. Wow, just there's no transition. Like somebody doesn't run into the company and just take all my equipment and like bring it back to the bank or something. It's just boom, done. We're just shut down. We failed. Oh, the little bunny robot. All right. Wow, just leave game, right back to the menu. That's cold. That's a cold reset. So what do you think, Oterum? If I want to go for it, I do really want to go for it, and it feels like wrong button. It feels like I am under the learning curve right now. It feels like I haven't learned enough to advance as easily as it's felt so far in this game. And I'm starting to blame the game, and I think it's because of an education limit on my part. So let's go make some mistakes. Let's make our own company. Let's make our own little company here. It'll still be a novice company, but it'll be our company right from the beginning. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my good. It just keeps going. Oh, that's an interesting shape. Oh wait, this is our fence. Okay. We can't buy this building, I'm assuming. But we can buy all of these buildings. Wow. Oh my goodness. So our company could be massive. 300 people, I've heard. Okay. So what does the market want? The market wants calculators. So let's make a calculator using extremely basic components. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited to start fresh and sweet, just our own little thing here. We can call it whatever we want. Look, it's not even, baiting us with some other name of something. So what's our calculator going to be? About novice algebra. Wait, we can't do algebra on this calculator. There's no like special buttons. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of algebra. I don't know, whatever. Novice math. So you see 300 people now. Yeah, 12 buildings. Yeah, I can see you can easily fill up with 300 people. It's just nuts. And you only filled half of the buildings. Wow. That's impressive and kind of scary. I mean, you must be a few decisions away from it all just falling apart. Or are you just that good and it's just not gonna fall apart? You're just rock solid the whole time. Novice calculation. Let's just do calculator. Oh, it's so lame. Novice cow. Noval. Calculavis. That's stupid. How about novice math? Let's just do novice math. And this would be MK1, or the original assistant. The OG. No, I don't want to do all that. Let's just do MK1. Alright. The game is still in early access, yeah, and the market stopped asking for better stuff after phase 10 of each product. Gotcha. It almost went bankrupt a lot of times, I bet. Alright. Novice math. How about novice math thing? Like, because that's an activity. That's what you're doing with it. Okay, enough of that. Alright, so the market demand is 0.4. Start with that. Okay, so we need 2 LED arrays. Let's just stick them like that. And we're gonna need 2 of these little batteries. Alright, this should be pretty easy. We're at least above this level. Alright, we're gonna be... There's no purple on that. It looks like there's like this little sliver of purple. Alright, this is just the start. Oh, this one's more scientific-y. Shaped, at least. But let's go with the swear tech. And okay. All right, market appeal. Everybody wants this thing. Let's go. Wait. Yep. I hit the finish button. It's there. Okay. Whew. All right, so we have the incoming and outgoing here. I usually call mine Calky Boy. Calky Boy. I need some help, Calky Boy. Alright, let's get some Tinker Table. Oh, that's so nice when everything's all fresh. We haven't unlocked anything. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna have our incoming here. We have LEDs. As we expand, we're gonna need circuits and things like that. So I'm assuming circuits are gonna be over here. So let's put our interfacing stuff over here and we'll kind of wrap around. And then we'll have, let's have our sort of Amazon exchange thingy in the middle over there. Okay. That's where we'll put a little assembler. Okay. I'm feeling overwhelmed, so let's just, you know, put some stuff down and see what happens here. Alright, we're gonna hit that, and we're gonna do some of those, and we need to make a case. I don't know what I'm talking about. These are, like, the first step of things, so... Okay. Boop. So that one's also 3. Okay. And, Hey, we start with the trash container now. Alright, so this guy will be our case guy. Alright, corner shelf. These guys are gonna work together. And I'm gonna plop that right there. And this shelf will just be a small shelving rack. And we're just gonna plop this, that's right, we wanna do our slick little Amazon exchange thing. Right here, and they're gonna get their resources in the same spot. Yeah. Okay. So we'll plop that right there. We'll sell this thing. Boom, gone. Get out of here. And let's put the shelf right here. Okay. So now they're walking the same distance to turn them in and pick up their supplies. Okay. And let's put our assembly table down. And this will be on the other side of the Amazonian exchange. This is something different. Alright. And Alright, small shelving rack. And this will be on the other side. Let's just put it there. Okay. Boop. Alrighty. Oh, we have to buy stuff first. Alright, incoming stuff. We need... I think we need everything, right? Simple... Oh, that's right. We don't need 2 of these yet. So let's just get rid of it. Boom. Gone. Alright, so we just need plastic and electronics. Plastic, electronic, and... Oh, yeah, that's all we have access to anyway. Okay. Oh, they make it all so simple in the beginning. Boop. Oh wait, we don't need plastics there. Right? Nope. Just chemicals and that thing, electronic parts, and that in there. Cool. And this guy wants some plastic. Plop some plastic in there. And we're gonna turn everything into another shelf. We're thinking about the future here. Immediately the future. So we're gonna turn everything into the same thing. And everything's gonna have the same bandwidth because we only need 1 of each. My goal this round is to really focus and hone in on bandwidth and what bandwidth means in the game. Really trying to focus on that. So we have 1 of each thing or each type in here. and we have to tell the assembly a thing. Be the MK1. So we need 2 batteries, 2 LED arrays. I forgot that I did that way. Alright, that's why I wanted a bunch of tables. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, pop that right there. Alright, so you're gonna make more LEDs, and you're gonna be the battery. And I want to move this over 1. No, wait, they're both turned in over there, aren't they? Yeah, okay. Are we gonna fit another table? We could move this all over 1. Let's do that. Let's go with the first answer we come up with. What could go wrong? Okay, so this will be... Alright, this is going to be the LED. That's an LED. That's the battery. Okay. So, we have 2 of each. Let's see, you need the metals. You need chemicals. You need chemicals. And you guys are gonna turn in right in here. Still only 1 slot. Although, if we're thinking about bandwidth, they should each be 2. Because that's what is being asked of it. Right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking here. Simple in games, I don't want to scare the weak. Yeah. I'm feeling a little weak right now, I have to admit. Bandwidth is just slots reversed for a specific thing. So, yes, Oterum, I'm referring to bandwidth as like a whole, right? Rather than the mechanic of bandwidth on how they're referring to it in the game. So bandwidth bring in reference to what is being demanded of it, and talking about, I guess, throughput may be the better term. So bandwidth is being the slots that are reserved for each particular item as the game defines it. But I guess the throughput of things. So how well are we meeting the expected bandwidth, I suppose, right? Small shelving, boom. Okay, although you're so close to the outgoing zone, you could just turn it in. Let's just do that. Let's not overcomplicate things yet. Okay. Alright, so our demand is 2 LED arrays, 2 batteries, and 1 simple case. So I've made a tinker table for each of those things as they are demanded. Since they all have the same timing, they should all like kind of push out at the same time, is my assumption, at least. If I'm thinking about bandwidth and throughput, kind of the way the game is thinking about it. Which I'm assuming, you know, I'm close, but I'm just not hitting the mark. Alright, we're gonna hire... Oh, I can only hire 1 person there. Oh, right, because employees are kind of strapped in the beginning, and I've been on pause the whole time. Alright. So let the applications come in. Alfred Mertens, you're gonna be making LED arrays. And the next table. Junko Van Katsaurus. That's a good last name. Do you have any company-wide policies, Oterum? Like the one that we don't hold promises for, like we never fire anybody, and then we fired like 7 people at once. And I still feel kind of guilty about that. Especially since I've been reading like every person's name as I've been going. Ashley Vaughn Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos. Nice. Good name. Strong name. Mas Wachowiak. Wachowiak. That's a fun one. Wachowiak. I don't know, it sounds Italian or something. All right, next person, Anya Thompson. All right. Oh wait, we didn't do the output yet. Boom. And we're gonna do full bandwidth for now. Okay. All right, let's, so this should be like perfect. Oh wait, we should hire 3 people and maybe a 4th, technically, because 1 would be the logistics and the other 3 would handle the transference of those 3 items. Whoa, something fell in my apartment. Curious, where would you want to see this game go in terms of new features, modes, machines, etc.? No, I once fired 200 employees at once and then hired 200 the next week. Once the employees have skills in this game, I will be able to, I will have to be careful with it. Yeah, I'm fully expecting the characters to have skills. I just have one guy I don't fire. His name is Jared because I made a Reddit post about him, so yeah. Where would I like to see in terms of new features and modes and machines and stuff like that? I'll have to think about that. I have been thinking about that a little bit the past few weeks now. I've been watching, I've been trying to catch up. I'm kind of restarting because I kind of hit Day 9 TV every once in a while. If you don't know if you've come across him, he's on Twitch and he has everything uploaded on YouTube. He's recently played Factorio, and I haven't played Factorio probably since August of last year. So it's been a minute since I've played Factorio. It got me thinking about what this game is offering that sets it apart from the Factorio type games. And I really want to do like a dive into automation games, and I do have a few of them. I have Autonauts, Factorio, obviously, and Good Company. There's another one like it's about lumber mills. I've heard kind of mixed things about it. I've heard like it's not exactly Factorio, but it's trying to be Factorio. There's an online game that's very Factorio-y. I took like 5 minutes in that. I didn't like the it doesn't happen often, but when like the mechanics are I guess from a micro perspective are too simple, and it's a little bit of my shallow nature kind of coming out. The online game is so simplified and so straightforward in how the interface and the graphics look. Everything is so like gridded out. It just doesn't look super appealing to me. And it kind of turned me away from it because Factorio is around and there's been so many other games that have been coming out. Another one that's actually on my stream list is going to be not the next game we're going to play, but the one after is Mindustry. And Mindustry is a really, really, really interesting take on a Factorio-styled game. And where I'm going with this is more of like... the first thing that really got me excited about Factorio was the fact that the graphics, again, the shallow part coming through, but the graphics resemble what I reflect on the first StarCraft to look like when I was a kid. Like when I look back at it with rose glasses, Factorio looks like everything that I dreamed as a child growing up. And it got me really excited thinking about Factorio as if it was a RTS and rapid factory building and rapid like racing your opponent in this sort of competitive nature. And Factorio, like it's still trying to, I feel like it's still trying to find itself every now and then. And it's still like is trying to be a campaign, is trying to be like a free world development thing. And they also have like this insane multiplayer ability where hundreds of players can work on the same factory at once, and they have like 24-hour servers and all this kind of stuff. And there's a lot of like really interesting aspects to Factorio that are discovered by the players, and I feel like are not being all that directed by the developers, or at least the direction that they want their customers to go in. And I feel like this game, I'm still trying to find and understand where this game is going, but I feel like this game is not in the same direction at all. I don't think this game is competitive in the same sort of sense that I've kind of perceived in my mind, where I myself am comparing Factorio to like StarCraft and stuff, almost purely graphically, but that's the association that I kind of build in my mind for it. And the competitive scene for Factorio, like how quick can you send off the rocket, the nature of the game being about optimization and things, and me getting to a point as a player to feel where I feel like I really understand the throughputs and bandwidth and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to optimize my skills, but it kind of feels like a skill game, and I'm not there yet with Good Company. But it feels like Good Company is trying to do more in the direction of narrative and less systems. And sure, the game most definitely has its systems integrated, and there's all kinds of systems that exist almost to the same level of at least elementally as other automation games that are available today. But the nature of the UI not explicitly telling you, and the direction that they seem to be going in to be more or less vague as far as how long things take. And sure, it's early development. I'm sure they're exploring things as well, but they already have a campaign set up. I'm really interested to see, from an experiential perspective, like how the experience of free play, how the experience of free play feels in the game in its current state. To me, in this playthrough here. Versus the sort of narrated with characters, banters, and bantering back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So to me, I think that the game sets itself apart from Factorio by being more of a narrative. And I love the fact that you're hiring employees. I love the blends with like the city building elements, like you're you have a population, essentially. You have a market, you have trends that you have to follow and you have to react to. There's essentially human demands that are being simulated in the game. And I would really love to see more logistical company-related things that impose restrictions on the existing mechanics in the game. Because I think that would set itself apart from the Factorio kind of games that are out there. Because I think Autonauts kind of does something similar. It's just about the systems, and it's pretty much the only thing it's about. And I think that can be interesting for some people, but this is where the RimWorlds kind of comes in. The RimWorlds designing experiences kind of comes in. And I think those are some of the things that people really enjoy about those city builder games, where they can experiment, they can try these, they can try this, they can try that. And the fact that humans are involved, or some elemental thing, restrictions. So what I mean by restrictions is I can't just build a calculator that does math really well and has unlimited battery life with a really bad screen, because the market demands a higher level of screen. So I can blast out the battery and all these other kind of features because I'm interested in developing that type of product. But if the market isn't interested, then I can't sell it at the price. So the systems that are imposed on you as a blueprint designer, if you will, prevent you from doing anything you want. And the restrictions, another example of restriction is the environment, where Factorio, the restrictions are like water, but you can make land, you can fill in that water and make your land. So in Factorio, contrast to this in that you can bypass your restrictions, and it's pretty much up to you to figure out a way to do that. Where in here, there are elements designed to force a player to reconsider or to think a little bit differently about how they're doing something. By imposing restrictions like landmass, like the building is a particular type of shape. When you buy the next building, you know, it creates these interesting sort of dilemmas like, do I want this building or want this building? Do I want a lot of space or do I kind of want like a cramped L shape or something like that? And those things can be really, those things make those types of decisions can help make the decision-making process more interesting. And they both share a lot of similarities, but there's no humans in Factorio. There's no narrative in Factorio besides how these systems interact with each other. So like how the bugs interact with your choice and how thick you make your walls, or the fact that you make 2-layer wall thick things but you don't have any defense capabilities there, so then the bugs get in and all that kind of stuff. And that sure is a narrative, by all means is definitely a narrative, but it's a narrative that the player has caused to have happen, and that's a different type of narrative. Where here, yes, the player is also causing things, and that's the elements that they share, but the game is also imposing change. And this is one of those things that is more or less very different than what Factorio offers, that I've been kind of thinking about, like, since I started playing this, is the fact that there's no driving narrative given to the player in Factorio. The players simply have to find the narrative. They discover it. In its entirety, you only discover. Can I make researchy things yet? Oh, I can. Oh my gosh, I've been sitting here on my bum not researching anything. Oh my goodness. But Jeremy, you must be looking at me and be like, oh my gosh, this guy. He's completely ignoring his upgrades. I'm gonna go hard on plastic. I'm just gonna focus right in plastic. Unless the market demands it for some reason. I'm just picking that. No particular reason. That's what I'm gonna do. Alright, let's drop that there. So those are, I don't know, those are some things that I've been thinking about. It's not necessarily, you know, right. It's just my opinion, right? But yeah, in the free play you unlock stuff when you spend research points, as you see in the bar above your inventory. Oh no, I don't judge. Yeah, I just forgot that researching was a thing, and which is, you know, oops. It's my bad. Alright, we can do any of these things. Because we have a bunch of those things. See, now, this is the kind of stuff that I don't understand how to control. And this is what I was talking about with throughput. I don't understand throughput in this game, because if I check all of these things, and then I connect this analysis desk to this shelf. That's a hard word today. What dictates priorities? Do they go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and just keep doing that? Or do they go 1, 1, 1, 1 until the inventory for slot 1 is just gone, and then it moves on to 2? Because I would imagine that this analysis desk would become a bottleneck. And something I did in one of the campaign levels was actually just set up a tinker table that specifically made something and just fed the analysis desk automatically, and just had 3 people doing stuff. That was very clear to me. And on that note, actually, I am curious. So I flagged all these things. Let's go ahead and hire Maxwell Jacobs. And then let's hire Riley Kolarov. And these people will be working together. And we'll put a little shelf not there, because then the analysis guy can't walk out there. Oh, but I can't put it on that tile. Oh, bummer. Can I stick it there? Okay, now you can do stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's connect up all the things. Alright, you can get a shelf, or a case. I don't know why I called a case a shelf. Alright, and we're researching a thing. So, I want to see this game move in the direction of narrative, or start going in a direction that where we generate systems that help describe narrative and impose restrictions on the player so the player can make decisions off those things. So in other words, I absolutely love this market, the market system. The market system, as I was saying in the first, I think it was the first stream I was doing of this game, I think the market system is brilliant for a game like this. Absolutely is brilliant. And the fact that they've added people to the mix is just a kind of a dream for me. You know, two of the games that have really surprised me in the past few years is Factorio and RimWorlds. The fact that those games are so... Is he doing... See, this person is just doing the simple cases. So now there's going to be a bottleneck in the simple case, but I can't change that. I have to sit here and like flag things on and off. Alright, well that's a little disappointing. That makes sense though, because... it makes sense because... Oh wait, I don't want to do simple case. It makes sense because that shows why I was having trouble previously. Like why I was getting some weird throughput things where like the simple circuits and the logic circuits were like not at the same rate. There must have been something going on. No, it wasn't something going on with the research. See this process here that I'm kind of activating, or not activating, this activity that I'm... Wait, what happened? Why'd you guys disconnect? Oh, because I disconnected it in the UI, which caused it to be disconnected there. Okay, learning. This sort of activity, talking about the systems and the framework and how those systems were interacting with each other, is by far, you know, extremely interesting. And when you leave a game like RimWorlds, you start thinking about like your characters and the things that your characters experienced, and you think about, all right, well, how could I change that experience? How could I have done some of those things differently? Because you have like the factions, and you have relationships between characters, and you have all those kinds of things. It's almost the exact same behavior, it's just the theme is different. And I think that's where Good Company is really interesting. It's got this unique spot right in between both of these very different games, or perceptively very different games. So, in a nutshell, to answer your question, what I would really like to see are more systems and themes or mechanics that invoke a human response, narrative, challenge, like a human challenge, like firing a bunch of people and then it being reported in the news or something. I'm just kind of spitballing some things. Like, what are some narratives that would be related to some of the actions that you can take in the game? So I know you can fire a bunch of people, and we've thematically have made like, you know, we don't want to fire anybody. But we could have things like insurance, and characters could like age, and I don't know if they want to go that deep, you know, the whole RimWorld depth. I mean, they could just kind of dip their toes in both fields and probably find success. I mean, this so far, my perception of this game is that it's not as complicated as Factorio, and I would still compare it to Factorio because there are definitely similarities, but it doesn't feel as I guess because of what I mentioned before, because the game doesn't explicitly define its mechanics, where Factorio most definitely defines its mechanics. Like, it tells you exactly down to the second how long something takes. It would be cool, but my company would be closed. Your company would be closed, yeah. Yeah, like, you could have, like, riots, your employees could, like, form unions. I mean, just look at SimCity and look at all the different sort of stories they've created in that game. And it's something that comes to mind, and I'm actually pretty excited to try it out. Is Frostpunk. I know a little bit about the game. I've seen some people play it, but that game has some of the, I guess, high level, and the game is very political in how you make decisions. But they kind of have some things that I'm kind of pulling from related to. That's right. I need to pull it out over here. Yeah. They have some things where you're making a decision about your company. Oh my god, don't start me on SimCity. I have 500 plus hours in that game. Yeah, I haven't played the recent one. Frostpunk is one of the best games I've played. Ooh, that's good. That's good to hear. I haven't tried it. It was in this month or last month's Humble Bundle. So I have it. Right now. It's scheduled to be my next game to play. And then I'm doing Mindustry, I think, next. And then I'm doing a few Zachtronics games. I might not do the Zachtronics games, but I was kind of hoping it would help inspire, like, some game design things. But I'm definitely open to suggestions. But yeah, so if you had, like, a company motto, and there's a lot of science and research showing that if you, and the first thing that comes to mind is Neverwinter Nights. You can write about your main character. You can write about him. You can tell him, you can write his whole backstory, or your character's whole backstory, and you can put all the little numbers and things like that, like a typical RPG, to create your character. It would be interesting if you can, like, create your company, and you can just pick a company, of course, for those who don't want to write about it, but you can start making commitments. Oh wait, we're not researching. I'm just rambling on. Okay, so we have our plastic case now. I should probably pause while we're kind of exploring. Okay, so can we see the next market demands? I guess we can't. So I know we're gonna need more, we need higher quality LED stuff, but the simple circuit is a unique thing because it's part of the logic processing stuff. So I think that is the go. I think that's where we go for next. So because this is gonna be free play, I am really, really tempted to just keep going. It was in February? Oh my gosh, I've had it that long. Oh man, so I have had that game way too long. That gives freedom to the players. If they want to do it that way, they can, but if they don't want to, the game doesn't force it. It's just bad. Freedom to the players if they want to do it that way. Are you referring to what I was just mentioning with the like writing about your company or picking, like, your company backstory or something like that? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, so I'm scared. I'm really scared to be doing this right now, actually. I have to admit. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna do simple circuits next. That's right. Ugh. Okay. I think it would be bad to force a player, but I don't think it's bad to have it in the game. I think it's good to, it's just like how people like to name their characters and stuff, you know? It kind of, I'm distracting myself, believe me. I think it's bad to force a player to do anything that they prefer, that they would otherwise prefer, right? So if you force them to pick something in the company, like a backstory for the company, but they don't care for it, they're just clicking something. So it doesn't really impede them. But if you give them the choice for both of them, then the player's just kind of picking whatever they want. And there's no meaningful outcome or mechanical, I'm sorry to say, there's no mechanical outcome based on the difference of those things. Unless they put in some interesting things with like the news and stuff like that. If they took like tidbits out of the out of your company history or something and go, oh, you know, in the past this was something that they've done. I guess this is the kind of company that they are. You know, this isn't the first time that they've fired everybody in the company, or the first time the company has gone under. I think that would be really, really challenging from a development perspective to kind of pull stuff out like that. Because, I mean, how would you end up using it intelligently? I think there would be a better outcome, thinking through this now, I think there would be a better outcome if they did add some mechanics to the game where you could take out or extract stuff. So if they had like 3 different types of companies or preset companies that you start off with, and one type of company is like bankrupt all the time. See, look, now we have no LEDs. Switch this and reconnect them. Oop. And then narratively, when the news article comes out that you fired everybody all over again, they can kind of return to that. But there's like a little flag in the development side of things that shows that is an element that's part of this company.